So, have you ever walked into a meeting and instantly felt the tension? Maybe you weren't invited to the real discussion before the meeting, or maybe a colleague just threw you under the bus again. You smiled and you stayed professional, but inside you were angry. You were even doubting yourself. Hi, my name is Shweta Singh, and I am your conscious leadership and mindset coach. And today we are going to talk about a topic that nobody actually is prepared for, and that is office politics. How do you navigate it without selling your soul and shrinking your voice? So, why office politics feels so personal? Office politics isn't just about strategy, it's about emotional territory. So, it affects how safe we feel at work and how respected we actually are in a room where discussions are made, but whether or not we are seen as leadership material. So, most of the leaders I coach are emotionally intelligent, hardworking, and well intentioned. Yet, they get sidelined, they get manipulated, they are even gaslighted by passive aggressive behaviors. Why? Because no one taught us how to lead through politics with integrity. Okay, let me be real with you here. Ignoring office politics doesn't make you noble, it actually makes you invisible. And when you avoid difficult conversations or let your values be bypassed for the sake of keeping the peace, you are actually losing personal power. And here's what it looks like. So, you don't speak up in the meetings even when you have strong ideas. You actually work harder hoping to get noticed, but others take the credit. And you end up saying yes to when your gut actually is saying no. So this leads to burnout, this leads to resentment, and eventually self-doubt. And when your emotional energy is spent protecting yourself from toxic dynamic, you have no fuel left for actual innovation or leadership growth. And so, what's the alternative for this? So, there's a 3-step framework which helps you to lead without playing dirty. And emotionally intelligent leaders avoid politics, they actually transcend it. So, let me give you the 3-step framework. The first one is you have to ground yourself first. That what I mean is your nervous system is your leadership foundation. And the moment you actually feel triggered, you practice pause, breathe, and reframe tool. So all you have to do is ask yourself whether it is about me or is it about them. So detach yourself emotionally and look at the situation and then respond. The second one is you use strategic empathy. Empathy here, it means that you get curious about what people's motive is. Ask what is the person protecting, or maybe what are they afraid of. So power plays are often fear in disguise, and strategic empathy gives you clarity without absorbing the drama. So the third one is you set your boundaries with grace. Now this is very simple and self-explanatory. You can say no but with warmth. You can actually push back without being pushy or using a pushy tone. Emotionally intelligent leaders actually communicate very assertively without any guilt or without aggression. So, for example, I noticed my input wasn't included in the final proposal. Can we just clarify the process going forward? It's just very simple, clear, and firm. So what actually happens when you start applying these tools? You stop leaking your energy into resentment. You actually become known as a grounded, calm, and clear communicator. People start respecting you, even the political ones, because your presence commands quite authority. And here's the beautiful part. You don't just survive office politics, you shift the culture around you. And this is how we create emotionally intelligent teams, and this is how the influence actually starts. I know the pressure you face. I completely understand. I have also coached directors and the vice presidents who have felt they had to choose between play along and climb the ladder or stay true to yourself and risk being sidelined. So, but here's the truth. You can lead with clarity, conviction, and emotional intelligence and still accelerate your career. So, here's what we have uncovered today. We have uncovered that politics actually drains leaders who weren't emotionally armed, and avoiding it actually weakens your voice. You can lead with strength without playing dirty. So, here's the part we haven't talked about yet. What if the real reason that you are stuck in political cycles is rooted in your own inner leadership identity? That's what I'm diving into in the next video. Until then, stay grounded, stay conscious, and lead with integrity. Thank you.